Hey guys, what's up? It's Sun. Welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing an eyeshadow palette collection. When I was like like a year ago, I used to be obsessed with watching these videos. I always want to see what kind of palettes people have, and I was obsessed with those Too Faced palettes, and I still don't even have a Too Faced product to this day, but I'll get there soon. Remember guys, I'm posting every other day now for the summer, so I'm really excited for that, and I hope you'll help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers. Without further ado, let's get on with the video. So I'm going to start off first with my Morphe palettes. I only have two. They of course take up the most room. They are definitely my biggest eyeshadow palettes. I have the 35K. I have a warm and a cool palette. So this is my cool palette, the 35K. It's kind of like a basic beginner's palette. I love this palette when I first got it. It has like all the neutral browns, like it has silvers, it has some shimmers, like, you know, it has transition shades, and all of these shades are good for multiple skin tones. So this is my first ever eyeshadow palette actually, and I thought it was really good because it had everything that I basically needed, especially the white and the black. This is not a very good black though. It's not as pigmented as I would like. I normally head towards my matte black more than that, but still a good black. And the white is a bit shimmery, so I guess these black and whites are not very good. But I was stoked when I first got it, and I will never get rid of it because it's my first palette. And I love that color for transition shades. Of course, you can see how much pan I've hit on that. So this is the 35K Morphe palette. Then of course, you gotta have the 350. Remember when this was like so popular, guys? I remember. I needed this palette when I was like going around YouTube and stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get this palette right now. Honestly, I don't know if it's worth it. Like the pigment, maybe it's just my skin tone, but the reds don't really show up on my skin, which is really disappointing when I first used it. I have to like layer it a lot if I want to show up. The shimmers are pretty, yes, this one especially, this like orange. These shimmers up here are nice as well. The palette, the browns are really similar to this one though. Like, literally they're kind of like duplicates, some of the browns, but I mean, you can never have too many brown eyeshadows. The next palette I have is the Modern Renaissance palette. Oh, I wish it was cleaner. I tried so hard to get rid of this one stain down here, but it's not working. Like, I don't know how anybody can keep one of their Anastasia palettes clean. Like, how? I want to get the new Norvina palette because that color is so gorgeous, but I'm just scared I'm gonna wreck it again. But I love this palette. The brush is MIA right now. It's in my brush collection, don't worry. But the colors in this are just gorgeous. This is definitely a must-have if you like magenta and pink shades. I love this palette. I'm excited about the Norvina palette because it has 7 shimmers, so the whole top row is shimmers, and I've never seen that before in one of these palettes. There's only 2. Antique Bronze is kind of a shimmer, but it's more of a satin, and the shimmers are amazing. They're like butter, so I really want to see what all of those are going to be like. And they have this beautiful pink shimmer. I really want to get that palette, but it's expensive. Like, this palette cost me $55, but my friends got it for me, so it cost them that money, I guess. Super expensive, but it's so nice to touch. Oh my gosh, I'm sweating. It's so hot in Toronto right now. Probably shocked most of you. Everyone thinks Canada is like the Arctic. It's either really hot or freezing. I don't understand. The next palette I have is the Naked 2 Basics palette. I actually like this palette. The colors are extremely cool toned. They're very pigmented though. That's one thing I will say. These colors definitely are there. If you put them on your eye, they're going to show up. That's what's really good about Urban Decay. I wish I had some more of their palettes because they're always great quality and they never fail to impress. This color is super, super dark. But like I said, I mean, if you want it there, it's going to be there. Like, you invite it to the party, it's like, here I am. I like this one though, right here, Skimp. It's like, it has a little bit of a shimmer to it. And this is an all matte palette. It's kind of like the Naked 2 palette, but like the basic version. I don't really want to get any of the Naked palettes because they all look kind of black to me, if I'm being honest. The Naked Heat is probably the one that I would gravitate most to, but I already have a palette full of reds, Morphe 350. So a lot of the Naked palettes have a bunch of like nudes that I feel like would not go with my skin very well and they wouldn't show up. So I need to think about that when I'm buying palettes, of course, right? Like, I need to think about, this color is beautiful, but is it going to show up? And that's always the struggle. The next palette I have is by Ciaté, and look at this. It's kind of funny. This palette is beautiful. It has really nice colors. It has some colors in here that I don't actually have in any other palettes. So it has a dark purple, a lilac, an orange, and a green, which I think people thought that this color combination was really odd, but I think everyone needs some of these colors in their palette, in their collection, you know? And then it has some beautiful shimmers, like a pearl, a rose gold, a gold, and then like a mauve, and then it has this really nice setting shade, which my brother broke. If you haven't seen that video, watch it. I'm gonna swatch you guys the gold, and it's literally like a butter shade. It's super nice, like, oh my gosh, come on. Ciaté is a brand that is super underestimated. Like, this is just gorgeous. I'm gonna swatch the other ones for you guys too. Boom, boom, boom. That's all 4 swatched. And I like how they're actually different. Like, these shades are actually different. Most, like, eyeshadow palettes have kind of the same color shimmers. Not to shade or anything, but in Modern Renaissance right here, these two, obviously this is more of a gold and that's more of the pearl, but they could have made them a lot different. If you're gonna have 2 shimmers, make them totally opposites. And, you know, you can see the difference. There's mauve, there's pearl, there's darker pearl, there's gold. It's just such a good palette. And I used to use those for highlighter. The gold looked really good, actually. The next palette I have is the Huda Beauty Warm Brown Obsessions palette. It's kind of like the mini one. The colors in here are delightful as well. I love the variety. They have like oranges, they have purples, they have reds, they have that amazing shimmer, they have a peach, a white, a brown, a darker purple. I think this is a really good palette for traveling. I'll travel and just take this with me because you can create so many looks with just these 9 colors, which is incredible. And that shimmer speaks to me. Like, you know, if they're gonna have one shimmer, it's a good one. It isn't like a basic shimmer that like people are gonna use once. It's a good one that can fit into a lot of looks. The next palette I have is the Maleficent MAC one, and this is the limited edition Disney collaboration with MAC. I love this palette, but the things I don't like about MAC collaborations is that whenever they have like a collab, they're always 4 color palettes. You know what I mean? Like the Patrick Star and MAC thing, it's 4 shades. But usually MAC has 9, but they're a lot smaller, the pan sizes. And I think I prefer this, because look at how big the pan sizes are for MAC. And the colors in here are pretty basic, but they're good. This is also a really good traveling palette if you just pop a little bit of eyeshadow on. Like, you don't use too much, you just want a little bit. This is a really good palette to travel with because you have all you need in here. You can do, you know, a wing with the black eyeshadow, a transition shade, something for your crease or your lid, and then put that on your brow bone in your inner corner and you're good to go. It's a really good palette. Everything here is super pigmented. The black is so pigmented. The brown is super pigmented. This gold is okay. I don't really use that too often. I don't really gravitate towards that gold because I have better ones. But it's not the worst thing in the world. And this mauve is also really pretty. But I don't gravitate towards it as much for my skin color. But I love this as a transition shade. And the black, I use it all the time for doing eyeshadow wings or like darkening my crease. The next palette I have is the Colourpop She Palette. Ooh, it's kind of reflective. I wish I had some more Colourpop palettes. I love Colourpop. There are so many shades in here as well. There's 12 and it was $16. Like, hello. The quality of this palette is out of this world. It's amazing. I talk about this palette enough, guys. My friends also got this one for me, and people complain about the formats, but it's such a good palette. Like, I don't know why you complain about it. The shimmers, once again, variety. There's pinks, there's purples, there's reds, there's browns, there's, you know, pearls, there's golds. There's variety in the shimmer. They're not all the same. And I love how they also have the names on the back, which a lot of palettes that are high-end don't even have. Morphe palettes, until like a couple months ago, did not have any names for their colors. Colourpop is such a good brand, and I really want to get some more of their palettes because they're super cheap as well. And if you sign up for like their website, you get $5 off your first purchase. This is not sponsored, even though it seems like it is. It's not. The last 2 palettes I have are drugstore palettes, and I'm not the biggest drugstore fan. I think you guys know that. But they're probably my worst palettes. I don't use these ever, but I'm like, I own them, so I gotta include them in the video. The first one is from NYX. It's called, does it even have a name? It's so old. I should probably throw this in the garbage, let's be honest. 3 color eyes. It says, triple shadows for sexy babes eyes only. Okay. Oh my god, I opened it and it spilled everywhere. Are you kidding me? That's just, this palette is full. This is going in the garbage right after this video. Look at those. The mirror is gone. This is really embarrassing. It has 3 ugly shades. Shimmery purple, shimmery blue, shimmery green. The purple is bad. I don't know what I use that for. I don't know why I hit tip pan. But all of these shades are super crumbly. Whenever I put them on my eyelid, they'd fall into my eyelashes and in my eyes. That's why when I opened the palette, it spilled all over my chair and all over my legs. If I look, there's like crumbs in there. I don't know where the brush went. Like, I don't know where anything went in this palette. This palette is complete trash. It's garbage. I love NYX. Not this palette though. 3 colors. This is not even a palette. That's more of like a collection. And then this one is equally as bad. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. This one is from Physicians Formula. It's a pure shimmer palette. I think everybody has to have a palette with pure shimmers. If I can have a pure matte palette, why can't I have a pure shimmer palette, right? And it has a little brush in here, which I don't really use. But the shimmers, once again, have variety. That black shimmer is actually so nice, but I wish the pan size was the same, like it was consistent. This is a really pretty color for in the inner corner, and the black is really nice too, and so are these 2 rose golds. I don't really use these ones too much. I also wish that they were less crumbly, you know? I was watching you guys these, and they were just rubbing on my fingers and on my palms, my hand, like no tomorrow. But these are super crumbly as well. I'm like, oh my god, it's just going all in my eye all the time. But I mean, what can I expect? It's a drugstore brand and it's super cheap, so I can't really have the highest expectations. But Colourpop is also super cheap, and their products are beyond incredible. I did a video comparing the Modern Renaissance with the She Palette, and the She Palette won. Like, even though a brand is super expensive, it doesn't mean it's always best. And even though a brand is super cheap, it doesn't mean it's always the worst. So I think that some of these need to step up their game. Anyways, guys, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed seeing my eyeshadow palette collection. I want to add some more. Hopefully I will in the near future, and I will do an updated version. Show me your guys' palette collections and comment down below which palette I own that's your favorite, or any that I own you own. I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm posting every other day now, and I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, so help me out. Please turn on post notifications so you get notified whenever I post a new video, and I'll see you guys next time in 2 days. Bye!